Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the last week of the Premier League and we are here to break down all the tears and the cheers from it.
He's Carl, I'm Sean, this is 40 Hours Football. Welcome to What's He Doing?
What's he done?
And the first game up is Wolves versus Brentford.
And up first for that game is 8 Nori. What's he doing?
What's he done?
8 Nori getting the ball stuck under his feet. Eventually he gets pressed and not only loses his balance but also loses the ball right on the edge of his own box where Brentford can capitalise instantly.
Sepp Vandenberg. This was a really competitive game between two teams floating in mid-table. Finally, Wolves just launched the ball up the pitch and Strand Larsen heads one down and Monetzi fires it into the back of the net. But Sepp Vandenberg gets caught in no man's land because he can't judge the flight of a ball. And up next is Fulham versus Manchester City.
Kene Tete taking the heat here because Leno is lucky we have the commandment to protect thy keeper. Tete gets in a defensive position, but as soon as the ball comes across, he stands there like he's waiting for the Google Maps to say which way he's facing. Gundogan scores with the least aesthetically pleasing bicycle kick the Prem has ever seen.
Oh yeah. Goal of the season contender. Sasa Lukic. Gundogan brings his flair back up with a nice bit of skill, but Lukic is having none of it and just takes out both of his legs. Give Penn get fault, City get third, and I get to keep my beautiful hair. And up next is Ipswich versus West Ham.
Yeah, 3-1 win for West Ham. Graham Potter doing all right, but Sam Morsy not so good for the first one. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Securing his spot in the official What's He Doing worst 11 with a beautiful through ball to Bowen. You know, the striker for the other team that he should never pass the ball to because you don't play for West Ham. Sean Rangham, he asked.
Did. Said who? Jean-Claire Todibo is at fault next. Ipswich get one attack most games, and they did not disappoint with this one. Todibo lunges for no real reason, and Nathan Broadhead just steps aside him, blasts one into the back of the net.
Speaking of Broadhead, Sean, what's he doing?
What's he done?
Well, how the tables turn. West Ham play 3 passes in a triangle and Broadhead is hypnotised into not being able to move at all. He has a solid case of the Situms stuck in the mud syndrome on the final day of the season, giving us 3 of our 5 commandments already. Will we see all 5?
Sam Morsy at the double. He actively got out the way of Kudus' shot. From where Kudus shoots and where Morsy is stood, there is no perceivable way that Kudus gets the shot off. But Morsy manages the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers his way out the way of the ball. Up next is Spurs versus Brighton.
Not wrong. And Matt Sweeper, let's call him Minesweeper. Give Penn, get fault. Stompy out here while Matthias Tell is just going for a light jog into the box. Poor guy gets the top of his foot shattered, but Spurs do manage to convert, so swings and roundabouts.
Pedro Porro. Oh, you thought Spurs were done Spurs and things. Not now, not ever will they be done with doing that. During this whole set piece, Porro is just hugging Hinshelwood from behind like a weirdo in a nightclub. And when it finally falls to Jack, he can just smash it in from 6 yards.
Someone up next that's definitely having a bad day is Archie Gray. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Hinshelwood turning into prime Luis Suarez was not on our bingo card today. Again, Spurs unable to deal with the corner as it falls to Jack Hinshelwood. Again, and he backheels while Gray just stands next to him doing sweet F.A.
Doing sweet Football Association.
Exactly.
That's
doing
pretty
sweet
cool.
FIFA.
Yves Bissouma. Give Penn get fault. Desperation sliding at 2-1 down is not a good look. 17th placed UCL competitors are getting their arse handed to them by a couple of seagulls. Give Brighton the Europa League trophy now.
All these Premier League players got a part-time job for Bic handing out all these pens.
Oh, nice one.
You're welcome.
Bic's the first pen badge, I thought.
It's literally the only manufacturer of
Biro.
pens. Oh. Okay, so the first and only no-fault goal of this whole match week. Diego Gomez, like a Texan, just shooting for fun, bends one round Vicario from 25 yards out, and the Europa League winners just lose 4-1 to Brighton. And they finish 17th. Who else but Tottenham? And first of many for me to introduce, Liverpool versus Palace.
Yes. Connor Bradley. Now, 4 games in a row, he has been at fault for Liverpool. Bradley plays the ball to Mitchell, and one pass later, Mitchell plays it to Sarr, and Palace take a lead against the Premier League champions. Now, Liverpool are in desperation right now. They need a new right back. I've heard that next season there might be a Scouse one playing for Real Madrid. Maybe have a look at him.
He was never coming back. Don't cry about it.
Oh yeah, he is. He'll be back. Play for Everton.
Okay, and the last one in this game. I'm not saying I wouldn't also have ducked out of the way of this Di Canio-esque attempt from Salah from about 5 yards away. But Maxence Lacroix, what you doing?
What you done?
You flinched just the perfect amount to take a shot destined for Henderson's gloves into the top corner. We're not impressed. You deflect it into your own goal, you get the fault. And another 2-goal game, Bournemouth-Leicester.
Oh yeah. It's Victor Christensen at fault first. Long time no see for Christensen on this list. The corner comes in and Victor jumps 2 calendar months early, leaving Zabiani free to head the ball down to Semenyo. Why he jumped so early, I have no idea, unless he thought he could hover, and then that would have been really cool.
Boubacar Samare. What's he doing?
What's he done?
Now, in a league with 2 Boubacars, you would think that the name is said more just for its gravitas. But Samare passes the ball to Semenyo on the edge of the box. And if you haven't pieced it together yet, then I'll spell it out for you. Semenyo is the best player on the team that you do not play for. Sean called again, and he checked again and again. You do not play for them. You are not a Bournemouth man. Do not pass to Semenyo. It's Nottingham Forest, Chelsea. I'm not involved, but
And it's Nico Williams at fault. Chelsea managed to perfectly Forest, and after a first half of applying all the pressure, Forest just forgot how to defend. And Williams heads the ball to Neto, he lays it across the goal for Colwill, and that secures Chelsea Champions League football for next season. Hold that, everyone that said Chelsea would get 6th. Hold that.
Wasn't that all the Aston Villa?
But that was me. And the next game is Manchester United versus Aston Villa. But before we get into the goals, I think we should spend a solid 5 seconds laughing at Aston Villa.
We're not sorry. Up first, Ian Matson, ex-Chelsea. Love to see it. Thank you, my good man. We knew you were loyal from the start. What's he doing?
What's he done?
And to make it that much sweeter, Sean, all Villa had to do was not lose to 15th position Man United. But their inner Villa comes out, and as Matson loses Ahmad on the wing, Fernandes can pick him out like a daisy in a meadow, and Aston Villa are then the biggest bottle jobs in the league, and that is saying something.
Ian Matson again.
Dubs.
Double. Give pen, get fault. A beautiful send-off for Christian Eriksen. An even better send-off for Aston Villa's Champions League hopes. Unai Emery still has the Arsenal in him, that when the pressure comes, he goes. The little temper tantrum he threw while sitting on the naughty step as well adds the icing on an already too sweet cake. Enjoy Thursday, Villa fans. Yes, it's a foul on the goalkeeper as well. And the next game is Southampton versus Arsenal.
Leslie Ugochukwu, what's he doing?
What's he done?
Getting the fault for the first one. Maybe Chelsea should let Southampton keep him for another year. The ball comes in from Ben White, and Leslie's just stood still within inches of Kieran Tierney. Sittam strikes again on the final day. We haven't seen Sittams for a little while. It's nice to see it again.
Ethan Nwaneri. I pronounced that in. Defending corners clearly isn't Nwaneri's strongest suit, but you have to do better than this. Ross Stewart, the new worst name in the league, also 2 first names, so you cannot trust them.
Yeah.
Just scored the easiest header he could wish for, all because he jumped on time and Nwaneri jumped after it had already gone in the goal.
The last one in this game is Willie Smallbone, and we are so back. Absolutely great name. Odegaard, though, finally remembered who he was for just a second and gives Smallbone a shimmy before lacing one past Ramsdale. No spin, pure nuck. Arsenal nearly did the funniest thing possible, bottling it again, but they pulled through and secured that 2nd place trophy. And for one final time this season, Sean, what's the day before Newcastle called?
Newcastle Eve.
That's right, that's the last game here. It's also only 1 goal and I'm not involved. Go for it.
Nice shirt you're wearing right there.
I know.
Do you know who else wears that shirt?
Who wears this shirt?
Dan Burn.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
What's he done?
Oh, it's nice to say that. Why is a 6'6" man rolling about on the floor in his own box? He's fallen over his own size 16 shoes and just left Alcaraz on his own little island to head in. Newcastle could have just thrown away Champions League football, but need not worry because Villa bottled it.
And that's it for this week, guys. Thank you for tuning into this season's What's He Doing?
What's he done?
It's been so nice to get all of the love and support for us and this channel. We've grown so much in the last 2 years, and we are looking forward to giving you bigger and better content next year, both in What's He Doing, the Are We Better Than series. And Sean, who else are you going to thank for the end of this season's What's He Doing?
I've written it down on it.
Oh, you read it straight out, mate. That's fine.
Thank you to all the staff, fans, coaches and players of Aston Villa who have fueled the funniest end to the Premier League season I have ever been a part of. Couldn't do it without you. I hope the apology will be as loud as the hatred was.
And I hope the love for that phone case in Sean's hand from Spigen is as good as the apology you're going to give him for all the hate he's got. See you later.
Au revoir.